Hello, everyone, everywhere, from wherever you are listening or watching, live or the recording. Welcome. Today's topic, the world within you. This is kind of an interesting phrase. In a world culture where we generally are very externally oriented. Many of us, we might not ever have even contemplated the fact that we might have a world within, and what is actually meant by that. Within, inner being, what is that? What is inside? Brains and heart or lungs or stomach? What is that inside? Or that inner world? But we are very familiar with our external world. And much of our thoughts and our attention is all the time focused on the outside world, what we hear, what we see, what happened in the yesterday, what happened the day before, what might happen, what is happening here, for example, here on the street here in New York City or elsewhere in the US or elsewhere in the world. And with all our social media and with the news and all the possibilities to get information through internet, our attention and our focus is all the time, possibly all the time focused on what is going on out there and going on with me in relation to others, with me in relation to situations outside or people around. But my constant, you could call them even companions, are right within your own mind. And that is your own thoughts. What is the world of your own thoughts? What is the world that you create for yourself? The experiences that you have based on the type of thoughts that you have and the types of feelings that you experience, types of emotions that you have based on the thoughts that you create. And are these thoughts all the time based upon this external world or not? Based on the sense experiences that you have or not? Are you even aware that you can choose what you think? Are we aware that there is an attitude, that there are vibrations, that there is an intention that is created in my mind and that decides my mood? For example, if I have certain thinking patterns, certain thought patterns, it leaves a certain atmosphere in my mind. If I have a stressful way of thinking, it leaves a stressful atmosphere in my mind. It impacts my mood. If I have a hateful thoughts in my mind, or if I have aggressive thoughts in my mind, or if I have competitive thoughts in my mind, or if I have thoughts of what I'm lacking and needing, and there is that mode of neediness or emptiness or loneliness or insecurity or anxiety. Or if I am able to choose thoughts that are more positive, then there is a different mood in the mind. If I have thoughts that are more elevated, thoughts based on spiritual truths, for example, then that is the atmosphere in my inner world, in my mind. And of course, meditation is the process of consciously guiding your thoughts into a spiritual experience, which has the aim to help us remember the spiritual being that we are, that has the aim to help us remember, to emerge, to awaken the spiritual origin of the self, the true self, the soul. And of course, this ability to choose your thoughts, this ability to sort your thoughts, this ability to discern which thoughts are useful and which thoughts are not, the ability to analyze the thoughts, that ability belongs to the intellect, that faculty that discerns, that faculty that holds the wisdom in this inner world, the intellect. And of course, there is also this function of awareness. Awareness is that deeper function. For example, you can be aware of the time. It is now midday, at least in this part of the world, in this part of the US. It is midday. And I don't have to consciously think it is midday. It is in my awareness. It is in the awareness that it is late fall. I don't have to actively think it is late fall, November. It is in the awareness. There is also awareness of place, where you are. You don't actively have to think, I am in the meditation center, I am at home, I'm at work. It is in your awareness. In the same way, there is also this awareness of your identity. And this awareness can be right or wrong. No, if there is awareness of the self as this invisible presence, the being of consciousness, then your awareness is spiritual. If there is an awareness over time created that I am a female, that I am a body, in my case, then there is a body conscious state of awareness. And in this inner world, there is also vision. What is your vision? And vision is very much connected with attitude. Is there this awareness of the self as a being of light, a spiritual being, an invisible presence, a soul? Then my vision towards others is also, they are also souls with higher spiritual potential. And this is just the mask, the costume, the character being acted out of the play. And so all these things are going on in your inner world. And they create certain impressions, which are called sanskars. They create certain tendencies and inclinations and habits and likings or dislikings. All of that is stored in the subconscious mind. And that creates a certain vibration, a certain ambience in your inner world. If they are positive, if they are spiritual or noble or elevated, then there is a spiritual, positive atmosphere in your inner world. If there are thoughts of God, if there are experiences of connection and belonging and relationship with God, feeling of protectedness and secure because of being an immortal being, a soul, child of the Supreme. If that is what is in my awareness, then the feelings, the attitude, the vision, And even the actions performed physically will reflect that. So to begin to get a taste of that inner world, and also to clean it up, to rid it from what sometimes is called impurities. But the impurities in essence is based on confusion and limiting or even wrong beliefs and wrong belief systems. Incorrect awareness of self creates all kinds of confusion and unpleasant thoughts and feelings, and maybe even vices in that inner world. And so meditation is about coming back to that spiritual awareness and getting all this ego and this attachment out, these wrong beliefs that sully, that contaminate our inner world. So let's have a few moments of consciously exploring that inner world. Exploring the dynamics that go on within our own consciousness. And consciously using that intellect to clean it up, to rid it from stress and worries and fears that are based on a non-spiritual awareness of self. And in essence, it comes down to fully rediscovering the self as this timeless, pure, free, immortal, spiritual, living light. One who belongs to God and God's world. And this whole physical world is just a place that we visit to play the game of human life. But we are visitors, players. Invisible. Living lights. And just observe what goes on in the mind. And if other thoughts pop up, you say, interesting, but I'm not interested. And you just let those thoughts go by, not now. Observe the deeper inclinations and also come to that recognition and that acknowledgement that deep inside the essence of who we are is pure and childlike and innocent. We long for peace because we are innately peaceful. We long for love because we are innately loving. Come back to that childlike, pure, innocent self and operate from that space with wisdom. Play this game of human life with wisdom, but not with deviousness or mischief or from ego, but from clean wisdom. Enjoy the journey of discovering your inner world and your innate higher nature, the true self, the soul. Om Shanti.